Todd Ryan, Cool FM, live from our studios here in Sierra Vista, Arizona. Joining me right now is the Freedom to Read Ambassador Samuel Vaughan of Whetstone, joining us right now as there will be a discussion throughout Cochise County this week. You're holding a book banning seminar, which is coming to some of the area libraries. Book banning in America, its rise, its true cost, and where it may lead. Thank you, first of all, for joining us. Tell us about where these seminars will be taking place.
Absolutely, and thank you for having me. So first off, I just want to say I'm holding these seminars in commemoration of Banned Book Week, which is running this week from the 22nd through the 28th. So the first of these events will happen at Bisbee at the Copper Queen Library on Tuesday, September 24th at 5:30 p.m. And the next event will be at Sierra Vista at the Cochise College Library in Sierra Vista on Wednesday, September 25th at 2 p.m. Then the next one, Douglas, Cochise College, Thursday the 26th at 2 p.m.
And these presentations, how long are they? And do you have any guests that will be speaking as well?
Absolutely. So each, the actual presentation part will be lasting a little under an hour. There will be a Q&A, of course, so it'll vary, but there will be a bit of a reception afterwards at Sierra Vista and Douglas. So we're saying 2 to 4, but, you know, things change. And I am honored to be joined in Bisbee and Sierra Vista by Michelle Beaver, who is the president of the Arizona chapter of PEN America and also the founder of the chapter.
PEN America.
PEN America.
Define what that is.
So PEN America is one of the world's leading organizations that fights censorship and protects free speech and the rights of authors and journalists worldwide.
What state in your research has the most book bans as of 2024?
That would absolutely be Florida.
Florida.
Yeah, Florida has led the world in book, well, not the world, but it has led America in book bans, only followed by Texas. And it's, you know, they're in fairly close competition, but Florida still takes the cake. Recently, there was a change of presidents or something or other at the new College of Florida, which is affiliated with the state government. And they threw out en masse about 600 books. And you can find pictures online of a full dumpster of books just, you know, lying there after they went through and purged specific sections of the library. And
what books in particular are you finding in your research that are being asked to be banned or they are banning at libraries across the country?
Well, about 45% of book bans center around books with characters that are by authors that are members of the LGBTQ community or that are persons of color. And that is the majority of books that are being banned. Now, there have been recently a large rise of books banned that centered around the Holocaust. Like, for instance, Art Spiegelman's graphic novel Mouse was banned just a couple of years ago, and that deals with his father's experience as a survivor of Auschwitz. And also Anne Frank's diary is one of the most frequently banned books in the U.S.
So, Florida and Texas, known as more conservative states right now anyway, especially Florida. Any other liberal states that are facing book bans?
Well, it's interesting because I believe ranked third is California. And from my research, from PEN America's research, the ALA's research, any source you want to go by, while there tends to be more book bans in conservative areas, it really is down the middle. Like, you will see book bans in California that rival those of, you know, strictly southern states, you know, conservative southerns. But it really is just both sides.
What about Arizona and Cochise County? In your research, have you discovered any book bannings taking place in Cochise County, Sierra Vista?
Luckily, we live in one of the best states for book bannings. Now, I've heard that there were like a couple of books banned 10 years or so ago, but, you know, nothing big, just regular stuff that happens, no targeted censorship. But there was, and I believe it was actually on the table a couple of times, but recently there was a bill that was passed by the State House and State Senate and was one signature away from being codified into law that would have criminalized librarians for not adequately curating their collections, and would have made them register as sex offenders just for not, making sure that whoever is, I don't know who's doing this really, but whatever books they don't like aren't in the library.
But that did not, of course, pass.
Yeah, luckily the governor vetoed it.
The governor vetoed that.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, well, that's interesting. So that'll start this week, and it's Book Banning Week, National Book Banning Week. Is that what you said? All across the country, and that's why you're doing it, to educate people. And so you're inviting folks to come out. You'll have a Q&A as well afterwards at 3 locations here across Cochise County. Any final words that you'd like to say to people?
Well, I just wanted to say, that the first 2 events will have Michelle Beaver, the president of the Arizona chapter of PEN America. The one in Douglas, unfortunately, she couldn't make it for that. But for the last 2 events, Sierra Vista and Douglas, we'll have Carly Scarborough, who is the president-elect of the Arizona Library Association, and the head librarian of Cochise College. So that's a big honor as well. And I just want to say to everyone, read banned books.
All right. Thank you so much. Again, Samuel Vaughan, and check all the information in the post description as far as the locations, days, and times of his presentations. Thank you so much, Samuel, for joining us.
Thanks for having me.